Hey guys, Victoria here. Phone, shut up. Oh my god. Oh my god. My friends won't shut up. Go away. For this video, I had a really tough time coming up with an idea. So I figured I'd just, talk about something that I'm really interested in. And that is the paranormal. So, let me explain. This all started when I was about 7 years old, or around that time, 7, 8 years old. I was staying at my cousin's house in Jersey. My parents were on a cruise, so I was there for a week. And I happened to be staying at her house, haven't experienced anything whatsoever. Nothing happened. But we ended up staying up that last night that I was staying there, and we got really hungry. It was like the middle of the night. We decided to have a midnight snack. So we decided to go downstairs, or at least try to. And we hear something that sounded like a chair moving against a wooden floor. How did that sound happen? How was that made? Because everyone was upstairs. They had 2 dogs, Sly and Coco, and they were upstairs in her parents' room, and both of her parents were home, asleep in their bed. The door closed and everything. I heard the snoring and everything. The only other 2 that were up were my brother and her brother, and they were in her brother's room playing video games. So we knew. We walked by the door, saw them in there, knew they weren't downstairs. No one was over. We got a little freaked out, tried to get to the stairs, realized how dark it was downstairs, so we decided not to go down. And then as we're walking back to her room, we hear the chair move again. And so we stay in her room for a little while. We try to calm down, I guess. And once we build up the courage again, we go into her brother's room and we ask them if they can come downstairs with us and come get food with us because we're hungry. And they say no, and then we explain what happened. We're kind of scared to go down there because it's pitch black. And at the time, my cousin Steven, he collected crucifixes. He actually told us to bring all of them downstairs and bring his bat downstairs. We made it halfway down the stairs and we heard the chair move again. And we ran back up and then we made them come with us. My brother is significantly bigger than all 3 of us, so he went first. He had the bat, he had 1 crucifix, I had 2 or whatever, and we were terrified. It was my brother, Steven, my brother's name is Chris. It was Chris, Steven, me, and Rebecca. So we're going down the stairs in that order. We make it down to the bottom of the stairs, and we happen to look into the dining room, and there's a window. Her house was on a corner, so the front of the house is here, the side of the house is here, and there's a window on this side, but on this side it's a dead-end road, and she's the only house on that side. And in the dining room, the window is right here, right in the middle of the house. Dead-end road's not that long. So we happen to look into the dining room and we see what looks like a car going about 70 miles an hour down the road. But it looked like a car shining its lights, flying past. You just see a car's lights fly past a window. That's exactly what it looked like. But instead of just that happening, we saw what looked to be the shadow of a man's head. I was, I think, the second person to make it up the stairs. My brother was the first one. Rebecca was the third, and Steven was kind of left at the bottom of the stairs we were terrified. And then we found out the next day that that my aunt had experienced some things in the house, and she had been pushed down the stairs, she had been scratched, she had been harmed. So she told whatever it was to leave the house alone, to leave them alone. And lost my train of thought. I hear my mom laughing about something in the other room. But we also found out that a man happened to die in the house, and they were the previous owners, I think. That was my first experience. Then after that, I think me and Mel went to the spy house, the something Wilson house in Port Monmouth, New Jersey. But it's all, like, everyone calls it the spy house. It's very, very old, and it is rumored that George Washington actually stayed there. I don't know if I believe that one, but who knows. It was a saloon, it was a bar, it was a museum, it was a hotel. It's been around for a really long time. And for a while it was abandoned and you weren't allowed in it. And then after a couple of years they reopened it. It was a museum, it was closed, and then they reopened it to use it for like town meetings and stuff like that. And then they reopened it now, and they have to do renovations upstairs, like fix the flooring and stuff. We went there not knowing anything about it. The only thing we knew is what it was a saloon and a hotel and a museum and things like that. That's the only stuff we knew about it. We ended up walking into the backyard of it, and as soon as I got close to the water, my chest started to hurt and I had trouble breathing. And Mel actually asked me, like, do you want to leave? Are you okay? And I told her, no, I don't want to leave. I want to know why this is happening, because I'm fine right now. I shouldn't have this problem. There's 2 rows of windows, and there's like 8 windows on the back, and it's like I think it's the 3rd or the 2nd one. It was one of the middle windows, and we looked up really quickly and saw what we thought looked like a woman standing in the window looking out at the water. And then she disappeared. It looked like a woman in like a white dress or a white gown, buttoned up to here, her hair back, you know, very Victorian-esque. We didn't know how to react, but we looked at each other like, did you see that? And we both saw the same exact thing. And we went back to her house and did some research and found out that there's a possibility, or it was rumored, that a small boy drowned in the water behind the house, which could possibly explain why I couldn't breathe, and I was like experiencing his feeling, like what he was feeling when he died. And it is not the first time that someone has seen a woman in that window dressed exactly the same as that. Another thing that happened was when I went to the Pennhurst Asylum, I experienced the most terrifying haunted house I've ever been to. It freaked me out so much because they're allowed to touch you there. They're allowed to like grab you, chase you, do whatever they want to you. It's horrific, but so fun. Like everything around me was like frightening. It wasn't the people, it was just everything was frightening. And then of course there were clowns, but it's beside the point. What it looked like as soon as I saw it, it was like I just felt pain. It felt terrible, because you look around and you see the conditions and you see what these people live through, and there's a playground in the middle of it. So you know that there were children here. But as I was driving up with my family, I got really uneasy and I got really uncomfortable, and I think my cousin noticed it. She I think she saw me because I kept like shifting myself in the back seat, and I kept getting like really like nervous. I started biting my nails, and I didn't know how close we were. I wasn't paying attention to the GPS or anything when I was listening to my iPod. I didn't know that we were close, but I could tell. Once we ended up getting there, it kind of felt a little bit easier to handle. I felt a little bit more calm. It was just, I felt like it was letting me know that there was something bad there and that I should be careful. There's a walkthrough. It's called the Ghost Hunt, and you only get to walk through like 2 floors, so it's not really the best experience, especially since you're constricted to one area and you can't actually walk through it, and you have people surrounding you talking really loud and they don't care if you're recording anything. So I recorded a really long EVP at about 7 minutes into it, where I think we're upstairs at this point, or we were upstairs and then we were going down like a windy staircase. Not a windy staircase, but it's like it goes around like that, and we were going around that, and you hear something that's, I don't think I've ever heard anything like this, and I heard it, and I wasn't the only one that heard it. My mom heard it and my dad heard it, but my mom thought it was a scream from outside. It wasn't, and I can prove it. Right there. Both me and my dad heard it. Everyone thought it was a scream. I listened to it about 10 times that night when we were out to eat, and it's not a scream. After that, like, you know, that like I had already lived here for a while, and I've lived here for about almost like over a year now, and I think my house has some sort of activity in it, because when I first was checking out this house with my family, we were walking around the house, and I felt like drawn to the bathroom. It wasn't that like I didn't have to go. I didn't have to relieve myself or anything. I was literally just walking in the bathroom and looking around every single, like maybe every 5 minutes. I would walk into the bathroom and then walk back out and then walk back in and walk back out. It was like I was trying to find something. It freaked me out. And then after that happened, my aunt happened to tell us, she's the one that sold us the house, she happened to tell us that a woman died in the bathroom. And her name is Kathy. Kathy's watching over me now. Thank you, Kathy. That's right now as far as I know, as far as I remember right now from all my experiences. But I hope that you enjoyed this. I really want you guys, if you guys can, you know, it would be amazing if you could give my video a big thumbs up, and maybe I'll do more videos like this, and maybe I will do ghost hunts and stuff and actually record what I do with my friends when I do stuff like that. And if you have any recommendations for like really creepy walkthrough things, tell me and I'll do it probably. If it's in the area. I live in Pennsylvania. I will go to Jersey or New York. I really want to do stuff like that, and if you guys can give me recommendations, that would be wonderful, and I would love it. If you guys want me to do anything, like talk about anything, continue about paranormal stuff, I will do that if you want me to. If you want me to answer questions, just send them to me. You can follow me on Twitter. My name is Tori Timebomb. You can follow me on Tumblr. My name is Lieutenant-Dnuts with a Z at the end. Ask me questions. Subscribe. Like. Comment. And I will love you forever.